Hi, my name is Randy Fischer. I will be a rising senior this fall at USC, and I'm doing my SWOT analysis on California Dreaming Restaurant. This was my first visit to the restaurant. I've seen it from the outside looking in. It is rather close to USC's campus, so I pass by it on a regular basis. My visit took place, it was a Saturday night around 7:30, and over these next few minutes I'll be discussing my experience and the rest of my findings. To start with the strengths, it is located in downtown Columbia. So they have the ability to reach out to not only students, but the workforce of Columbia, the commuters and the residents alone. That's a very large clientele. Next, the building itself is rather unique. It is the old train station of Columbia, which opened in 1909. It served as our working train station anywhere from 30 to 40 years before being shut down for multiple purposes. Next, when you walk into the restaurant, it's also pretty neat because they have old artifacts lining the walls, such as old letters, train tickets, newspaper clippings, and they're all dated from the early 1900s. So how they keep them in good condition, it's pretty cool. Next, the restaurant itself is very big. It has anywhere from 70 to 80 tables. It can accommodate large crowds, large parties. It reaches out to a lot of people trying to do a lot of different things. Next, the customer service was very good. I walked in, was greeted by the hostess. She informed me how long my wait was going to be and gave me a ticker it was going to go off whenever my table was ready. Then once it did, they were ready to accommodate me, and it was a pretty smooth process. And finally, they do accept Carolina Cash, which helps out a lot of students. That's just another reason for this 30,000 extra population to want to go there throughout the school year. Next, some of the weaknesses associated with California Dreaming is the fact that it is in downtown Columbia. It does have a lot of traffic. So getting there, if you were trying to come from a farther distance rather than where my commute was 5 minutes to get there, but if I was coming from farther away, it would just be a hassle and a longer process. I probably would not want to go there. Next, the parking lot itself was very small. They shared a parking lot with Green's Liquors, which is a very popular liquor store in Columbia. When I went in there, it took me about 15 minutes of driving around in circles before I could finally find a spot. Next, the service. My server was good. He was helpful, polite, but I felt like he was rushed and he was stressed out. He didn't enjoy being there. He had, I believe it was 5 tables he had to help out, which made me feel bad asking for any extra favors because I know that he was stressed and I didn't want to add any extra discomfort to his night. The quality of food was good, but it wasn't great. I felt like a place with that kind of name, I thought the meal would be excellent, and it was only subpar. Next, the opportunities that they could reach out to would be expanding the parking lot. They do have a railroad track lining behind the building, and they have extra space around that lot. And I feel like if they were to open it up and make more parking spots, more clientele would be enticed to visit the restaurant. Next, if they were to hire more servers each would mean less tables per server. So if my server only had a few tables, I feel like he could spend the necessary time to accommodate all of our needs. And also, the fact that they are so close to USC's campus, I feel like if they were to somehow utilize that by using more promotions and reach out to us, that would only make more students want to visit. And some of the threats associated with California Dreaming would be foodborne illnesses. Foodborne illnesses come from undercooked or low-cooked meat. So if you serve any kind of steaks that are rare, medium rare, it increases the chances of foodborne illnesses. So this is almost associated with every restaurant, not just California Dreaming, but still applies. Next, once again, you're in downtown Columbia. The threat of a new restaurant opening up is very high. A new restaurant opening up, taking some of your clientele. And then finally, it's the clientele is seasonal. The students leave for that during the summer months. So if you were to rely on that population, then half your clientele is gone for the 3 months of the summer, which can only hurt business. So finally, overall, my experience at California Dreaming, I would say, was a success. I enjoyed the visit. Um, the building itself is so neat, and it's easy on the eyes. It's very cool to look at. Um, the parking situation would be my biggest weakness. If they were somehow fix that, expand the lot, I feel like it would help out my visit and everybody else's visit. And the threat is just associated with every restaurant. If your cooks weren't trained well, then you'd be at more chance of having these foodborne illnesses. Uh, I would definitely go again to California Dreaming. Most likely, I would be a place to take my parents with a little larger bank account to save me a little bit. But I did like the place, and it was a very good experience.